All right, it's time now to take a look at stories making headlines on the front page of Nigerian newspapers. And I begin with the Nation newspaper. The major story here. NNPCL invites Obasanjo to tour Port Harcourt Refineries. And the writer there, oil giant tackles ex-president over claim that plants can't function. Another story here, how tax reform will boost workers' welfare by federal government. Troops on front line to enjoy exemption. Another top corner there, suspended Edo Council bosses removed from office. The stock market opens new year with 155 billion naira gains. Oko Jumbo is the House Speaker, says Governor Fubara. 1.1 trillion naira estimates signed. That's the budget for the state. Now, at another story here quickly, Obidison's merger talks with PDP, Kwankwaso, APC Force, Labour Party leaders knock for economy. Some stories on the front page of the Nation newspaper. To the blueprint now. NNPCL tackles Obasanjo over operational status of Port Harcourt Refinery, invites former leader on verification tour. Dangote's $750 million offer to manage refineries rejected, former president. And stop blackmail, better days assured under Tinubu. APC replies OB. Government must step up, says Labour Party presidential candidate. And at the downstrip here, French remarks, apologize to Nigeria, Northern elders, others tell Niger president. And some stories on the front page of the Blueprint newspaper. We'll move to the Nigerian Tribune, still talking about NNPCL's invitation to former President Olusegun Obasanjo on a tour as he raises issues over refineries. You find details on the page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune. And the writers to this story, corporation insists full-scale overhaul of refineries done to meet world-class standards. Says company now profit-oriented global energy leader. Denies courting crude supply to Dangote refinery. Ex-president says NNPC squandered $2 billion on refineries. Restates why Shell refused to run them. And another story here. Northern groups laud federal government's effort in tackling insecurity in the region. Under governor set to amend chieftaincy declaration of traditional stools. At the top corner there, Nigeria's situation worsening daily. Labour Party's presidential candidate is saying that wants cuts in frivolous spending, seeks increased education funding, security, health, poverty alleviation. Peter B is modern-day doomsayer. That's what the APC has said in response to the things that the presidential candidate of the Labour Party said. Now says Tinubu's economic policies working. APC saying that. Some stories on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. To the Voice of Liberty now. Amidst economic hardship, Wike allocates 10 billion naira for rent, furniture to Akpabio, Abbas to others. A report is quoted as saying that. And Wike counters Fubara's red biro threat, says he's been using it for 14 years. 2027, we must take Tinubu's defeat possible. Lukman to make Tinubu's defeat possible. Lukman to Nigerians. Another story here. Nigerians will smile in coming weeks. Vice President Kashim Shettima is quoted as saying that. Some stories on the front page of the Voice of Liberty. To the Daily Times now. FCT Minister urges pilgrims to foster spiritual growth, national unity. Makinde promises all your people to ease economic burden. Federal government urged to reform transport sector, boost jobs in 2025. Those are some stories on the front page of the Daily Times. The First News newspaper, pray for Nigeria. U.S. content creator Vicky highlights Lagos poverty amid glitz. Shines light on stark realities of hunger, calls for support for struggling Nigerians. Telecoms companies seek 100% tariff hike amid rising operational costs. And 2027, no alliance with PDP and NNPP yet. P2B is quoted as saying that Nigeria's youth treated like idiots, says Pat Utomi. Some stories on the front page of the First News newspaper. To the Matrix now. State of Nation, Obi bombs Tinubu, flays Tinubu for spending 180 of 580 days in office abroad, challenges president to travel by road, use public hospitals. P2B is now Nigeria's leading prophet of doom, says APC. And priest allegedly shoots boy dead over fireworks during New Year Mass. And those are some of the major stories on the front page of the Matrix. Ibrahim.
Nigerian News Direct is the first with me. 2027, Peter Obi denies merger deal with Atiku. Kwakwanso says no agreement yet. Criticizes federal government's handling of corruption, economy, warns against political deceit as 2027 election talks heat up. Jigawa to acquire 10% stake in Ketco. Tax reform bills to boost workers' welfare. Fubara signs 1.1 trillion naira 2025 budget into law as APC kicks. You see that on page 3. Embark on tour of refineries to see progress made. NNPC Limited challenges former President Obasanjo. Next is the Punch newspaper. Subsidy gains. Labour scores governor's low as allocations rise by 1.7 trillion naira. NLC slams governors for neglecting agric infrastructure. Opposition thumbs down Bauchi, Ogun, Bayelsa. Others. Above the masthead, APC kicks as Obi warns Tinubu against foreign medical trips. NNPCL states differ as Northeast oil exploration remains in limbo. And then Ekiti, Akwa Ibom, Lagos, others hold New Year Thanksgiving services. NNPCL tackles Obasanjo over alleged $2 billion refinery repair fund. Bishop settling couples fight stabbed to death in Osun. And then telcos propose 100% tariff hike awaits NCC nod. Next is Daily Trust newspaper. Food crisis. 5 months after, federal government yet to implement duty waiver. Presidency mum as Obi hits Tinubu on State of the Nation. Subscribers reject telecom tariff hike plan. U.S. warns against travels to 7 African countries. Bandits burn houses, church in Kaduna community. Wike allocates 10 billion naira for rent, furniture to Akpabio, Abbas, 2 others. How 140 policemen died in the FCT in 2024. That's according to Commissioner of Police. Next is the Guardian newspaper. 2025, Nigerians long for rewards of economic reforms. Federal government rolls out initiatives, target food security. Telcos seek 100% tariff hike amid pushbacks. Obasanjo and NNPCL differ on return of Warri, Port Harcourt Refineries. Account for Oyo local government funds since 2019. APC tells Makinde. 2027, opposition plotting new party to defeat Tinubu, says Lukman. Next is this Nigerian newspaper. Niger rep allegations. You should apologize to Nigeria. Northern groups slam Nigerian government over alleged destabilization plots. Describe statement as unguarded and irresponsible. On the air of the newspaper, hardship. Labour pushes for minimum wage increase in 2025. 2027, we don't have any merger deal with PDP. NNPP, says Obi. Regulatory bodies still making cost of doing business high. MSMEs. Many injured as Edo local government crisis deepens over impeachment of chairman. Last but not least is the Nation Sporting Live. It will be third best with 67 behind only Chelsea and Arsenal stars. Arsenal told to splash out on 150 million pounds rated Isak. Gift Orban joins Offenheim. Real Madrid to make second Arnold bid. And then we have Lukman plays for 34 minutes. Rashford has rejected 3 huge offers from Saudi Arabia. And Super Eagles coaching role, NFF make first 2025 move. That's about it for the newspapers this morning.
Interesting. I believe that our viewers have been updated, and any story that interests you, you can pick up any of the papers to get more details.